It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's AEW Live Review on YouTube with AltJake and George.
Hello, everyone, and happy 1 year anniversary to the AltJakeTakesOn YouTube channel. Today, February 26, 2025 was when we dropped our first video. So just wanted to get that out there and be thankful for that. Thanks to all 474 of you who have subscribed over that year. It's been a hell of a ride and a lot of fun, and I couldn't do it without my partner in crime. George, how you doing tonight, my friend?
You read my bottom portion there, huh?
I
know.
No, I've had this date in mind for a little bit here, just because it's like, damn, it didn't feel like a year. There was parts where it seemed like it was a little bit like things were a slog to a bit, but not really. It's been a pretty good, consistent run. There was enough wrestling and stuff for us to cover, and
the key
able to expand it out to live shows.
Yeah, the key has been that there's been steady increase in everything.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Absolutely. Whether it's the subscribers, people who watch the show live, the replay crews. It's been fun being able to do this on our own and then partnering up with the Toonie Talk guys to do. I'm on every Tuesday with them for Toonie Talk Wrestling, and then we're going to do the official Toonie Talk Wrestling watch party for Elimination Chamber this Saturday. I got
a story about that for you.
Awful's coming in for that, I know for sure. Dis can't, because he's got to do the father thing, which is the reason we're getting the chance for it. But hey, that's gonna get more subscribers, I feel like, and get more people to hang out with us to watch the show, and it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Plus, it's gonna be hot here this weekend, so I'm gonna be staying inside as much as I can. Phoenix is, we've gotten a heat wave already early coming in. It's not fun.
Nice.
It's too early for it, honestly.
Yes,
it's
a little bit.
But this usually happens. It's usually like in March at one point. There's a little bit, but yeah, we're catching it early this year, which is, as you can probably hear, doing a number on my allergies, which, I mean, pretty much everywhere you go in Phoenix, you hear somebody sniffling, sneezing, blowing their nose, rubbing their eyes. Everything's in bloom till it hits 102, and then it kills everything.
Guys.
Yeah. That's the nice part of the heat. At least we get that. Then we don't have any bugs either. There's no mosquitoes and no pollen after June.
I do have a rather funny story for you about Saturday. That's kind of interesting.
Yes.
Now, first of all, this is going to sound like I'm mad at you, but you know damn well that if I'm ever mad at you, I text you and let you know ahead of time.
I would think so. Yeah.
Of course.
What's up?
Originally, I remember you saying we're going to be doing it, but it didn't click in my brain for some odd reason. I'm like, well, we're not going to be at 500, so we're not going to be doing it. So with the new place at work that we bought, they're taking volunteers to work overtime. So I'm scheduled Saturday 1 to 9. And then Tuesday, I'm listening to you guys and I'm like, oh crap. I forgot all about that.
I mean, I can bring people in.
I've already switched. So.
I mean, it's fine. We can figure it. No, I
switched it today. I went in and I'm like, she goes, it's volunteer time. You're getting paid overtime, but it's volunteer, so you can come in anytime you want. You're not scheduled. All right, cool.
That's fair. No, well, I mean, the thing is we were hoping to get to 500 the super chats, but the main reason that we're taking over for it is because Max wants to watch the PLEs with Dis, and I totally understand that. As somebody, I've said it multiple times on this show, my father was my best friend. Like, I didn't have a best man in my wedding purposely because it was him, even though he was gone for like 11 years by that point, I think, maybe 10. Anyway, but so I get, I want him to have the father and son time. That's awesome. Those memories will last forever. He doesn't need to do a live show for it. So we have our donation options, and then he even said it, if we do where we have it set like we do now, where you have to be a subscriber to comment, and we'll bring people over, and hopefully after that we'll be at 500. We're so close though. We're at 474, I think. So if you're not subscribed and you're listening, whether it's
somebody's being funny, because it goes from 474 to 473 all day today.
And there's also I do think they've done bot purges, because that happens on my Twitter every now and then. It'll be at 725, and then you check the next day and it's at 713. It's like, all right, you got to purge the bots, because YouTube also doesn't tell you all of the people who subscribe. We got one today where it told me the person's name. That's the first one in I don't know, probably like 15 subscribers. It's weird. I just like the algorithm. I don't spend too much time trying to figure it out because it hurts my brain.
Yeah,
I
your
know.
head will literally explode.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not smart enough for those type of things. I understand that there is an algorithm and that it works somehow, but I don't get it. That's like sometimes too, we'll have videos like I forget which one of them, one of the recorded pods did over 600 views out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what?
Dude, last week's
Okay.
Dynamite did 400 and something. It doubled what we normally do.
You know, that's
All right.
Those ones like though that was a steady growth. The one that hit 600, it was like I went to bed and it was like at 155 and woke up and it was 500. So what the hell? I texted Dis. I'm like, did you guys put us as like, you know, like the end of the video and puts in suggestions? I'm like, did you put us in there? No. Oh, all right, cool.
No.
I don't know. We must have gotten some algorithm where we were like played next out of somebody. I don't know. I'll take it. It's all fun for us. This is not we're not feeding families with this. We're just trying to have some fun. And if we can make it a nice little side hustle, that's even better. And honestly, just like Dis and Awful talked about it, anything that we would ever make financially with this, I would immediately reinvest back into it and better equipment and more time for it. And
Not me. I'm buying my yacht. I'm saving up for it. So
you're gonna rival Shad with the yacht.
My percentage is small, but it's gonna add up.
I'm gonna call it Met Kiss instead of Kismet, and I'm gonna have rival Shad cons. Yeah. Speaking of, sad that we didn't have any live Tony tonight or last night.
No, but I did.
Maybe he knew.
Since we don't have Tony, I got some information. I'm subscribed to Cord Cutters on YouTube.
Okay.
They're like a information channel on all this shit that's going on. Reported Netflix out of WBD, Paramount in, and they actually said Paramount has bought Netflix or WBD. So they have actually reported it as such, but they're pretty good at their stuff. They've never been wrong, but
yeah, and I've been seeing that it's been that the Netflix was out for Paramount, but I hadn't heard that it was done yet. But I'd seen some reports of that. But I mean, hey, we've got to shout him out, and he does listen occasionally because he sends me DMs about things of it. But Mr. Nick LaPiccolo, he said it forever ago, even when it was
August.
Like NXT, yeah, right. He was like Netflix was done deal and signed, sealed, delivered to everybody else. He even said it'll be Paramount. Just wait. I haven't been on X much today because the traffic coming home from work today was absolutely insane. And then I had to eat before I did this show. I didn't want to be hangry when I was trying to do this because the show made me angry enough last night. But I'm assuming he's taking victory laps on X right now. If he's not, he
said he'd be taking victory laps after his son's baseball game.
Okay, see that there it goes. See, and that's, again, good fathers. I appreciate the hell out of that. I love that. I love stories like that. But I mean, he deserves it. He should just I wish
he would just stick to that though. I really do for his sake.
The CM Punk taking the victory lap gif, I forget if it was at the first Raw or the first SmackDown that he cut the promo where to let him cut that where he did a victory lap. That should just be he just repeats because he's still CM Punk's CM Punk's agent. Yeah. So he should just be posting that as anybody responds, any type of thing. I appreciate it.
The interesting thing to me was Netflix only wanted pieces of WBD, and Paramount wants the whole thing. So that changes up.
I don't want a piece. I want the whole thing. But that always made more sense in their deal with it in the sense of what WBD would want, because they would just want to get rid of everything. Because I remember when there was a talk, it was going to be spinning off. It was like Discovery Global or Global Discovery, I think was the name I had heard. And
Discovery
it was just
World. I wrote it down.
Okay. And it was just one of those, and Global World. It never sounded right. It sounded like it was one of those things where, did you ever see that episode of The Simpsons where the Hallmark makes up a fake holiday and the guy and the CEO is like, call it Love Day or something like that, but not so cheesy. Everybody good with Love Day? I feel like that's what happened with Discovery World. Mm-hmm. Everybody good with Discovery World? Cool, we're going to go with that. But also, too, I feel like it was a half-assed effort because they never wanted that. They wanted
the streaming part, that's all.
Yeah. Well, and WBD wanted the deal to go all the way through. They wanted to get rid of everything. They wanted to clean house. They didn't want to leave anything behind. And Paramount, it makes sense because you can keep TBS and TNT where they are and just have them part of, Paramount Plus, the streaming stuff there. They like having that imprint on actual cable. It makes a lot of sense. It keeps it easy now.
Yeah. The only thing, dude, is Paramount shows UFC fights.
Right. That's the difference. Now, and there's where it's a little bit strange in the sense because if it was Netflix, obviously, well, if it was Netflix, TNT and TBS were going to stay over with the Discovery World thing, so that they wouldn't have been affected by it. Mm-hmm. Now, if everything's going to Paramount, it's a conflict of interest, but not really in the sense because it's not the same as UFC. It's just, it's one of those things where I don't think it immediately affects them with the cut. I just think maybe there's no renewal. I don't know. I can't
even speculate, dude. I can speculate. Actually, I could speculate for now for 20 minutes, but you're not going to know anything.
Well, it's like, what's the old line? Like, I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV. I'm not a TV. I'm not a Hollywood insider. I don't play one on TV. I follow Nick LoPiccolo, and he's always been, at least from what I've seen, he's always been honest and truthful, and he's been logical in the stuff that he said. And I always kind of thought he was right with this with Paramount. It made more sense from the sales point, from WBD sense. Why would they want to spin it off and keep working on anything? It's like, if you're in that sale mode, fire sale that shit, get rid of everything. We don't want any of it. You know what I mean? We're selling the house. We're selling the furniture. It's like they're moving from it's somebody who lived in, New England and is retiring to the Florida Keys. We're selling everything. We're going to buy new shit when we get there. I don't need these winter coats. I don't need this giant couch. We're moving to a condo on the Keys. I need beach clothes. And you know what I mean? Yeah. They're selling the car. You're selling everything, liquidate all the assets and move, and that's what they're doing. And I can't blame them. It makes the most sense. And we're only really caring of it from our end because we wouldn't care if it was NBC doing it or whatever, but it's because it does affect AEW. Now, I've always said I still don't think it stops. I just think it moves to YouTube and they take the ad revenue from that and hope it's enough. I don't know if it would be. I don't think it's not like WWE's where it's a lot, but
yeah, but if you had 400,000 people watching,
and if they fine. And then they could also see how many people would watch the replay. And then when it's replay, just maximize the commercials, have regular commercials in during the live show, but when it's a replay, I've seen it because WWE does that with some of their stuff they know is going to do well. There's a commercial every 5 to 7 minutes. And that's the maximum they can turn on.
Not if you buy premium.
That's true. I
couldn't do it the one day. I couldn't do it. I was going through the thing and I'm like, I'm like,
oh, it's bad. No.
Yes.
Well, and we haven't monetized, so I don't know everything about it, but I've seen a bit here and there, and I know how, because we do it with the podcast, with the audio platforms for all the stuff. I set it to, I have it set to minimal ads, and then I have it set to, you could turn on I guess controversial ads. I don't turn that on. I figure that's how you get the sex toys, and then mostly I didn't do it because it said political, and I know for me, I don't give a shit what side anybody's. I don't want to hear political ads. I just don't. And so I don't turn that on for us.
No, you hear the wrong political ad on your wrestling show. Yeah. You lose half your crowd. Bye.
Right. And you don't get to choose what it is. It's controversial. And so I don't turn that on. I'm not trying to make any money off of any of it anyway. Like I said, I think there's been a grand total of $30 made from the audio stuff and whatever. It's more for the ability to have it, but why would I? If you knew you were going to get millions of listeners, put on the maximum amount of commercials. You know what I mean?
I still wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I can see why.
Then people react like I do.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But that certain I wouldn't sell the tickets on dynamic pricing either. But there's a lot of audience there. There's a lot of musicians and sports that do it too.
You'll get people like me to hear an ad every 15 minutes and just turn it off.
Yeah.
Don't listen to it anymore. Take it off your feed. You're done.
Yeah. And I respect that because I don't like it. I'm anti-ad. I even with with the Cornet omnibuses, they do their ads. I'm like, no, I skip their ads. And I know they do them funny, but I don't care. Even the Upshot podcast, the sports one that I watch, they do their ads funny too. And I've figured out they're about 2 to 3 minutes. And when they get into it, I'm like, that's not for me. Yeah. Now, I say that with the idea of if we had the opportunity to do ads, I'm not opposed to it, but because I get it, that's how they pay their bills. And not like I stopped listening. I just skip the ads of it. But I keep saying I've been using HelloFresh for like, 6-7 years on my own anyway. If they want to pay us to use it, I'm happy to. I'll do cooking with Jake too. Like I said,
nice.
The only reason, hey, I was talking to Awful the other day or yesterday, the day before. I'm like, the only reason that I haven't done like on camera and stuff is because there's not money to be made yet, and I'm not going to get doxxed and have people coming after me, for free. Once there's financials involved, I'll go on camera. Sure.
Hey, I have a question for you.
What's
that I just thought of? They have one of those Comic-Cons coming to town here.
Oh yeah,
and they have guests that I've never heard of. They're all anime, teen, crap. But they do have 2 guests that I have heard of: Devon Dudley and Billy Gunn.
Okay, wow, Billy.
$25 to get in, which is reasonable, and then you have to pay, for your photo. I'm considering it's not until May, so I'm actually I don't want to meet Devon, but I wouldn't mind Billy Gunn. But is it worth going for just the one guy?
I mean, how much is the cost for Billy? Because I'll tell you, like I did the quick meet and greet for Joe Hendry, and I'm so glad that I did that. It was so much.
Depends what you want, Jake.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want the buddy experience, to be up at 150.
Yeah. See, and I did the cheapest one where all it was a picture on my cell phone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like my friend collects autographs. The exact change man tonight's in the chat. He collects autographs, so he paid I don't remember what it was. It wasn't that bad for it, and he got an autograph shot too. Like that was. Because that's what he wanted, and it's one of those things. But those experiences can be fun. There's certain times and certain things I would absolutely pay for it in the right time, especially if it's close by. Like
it's close by. I could walk there.
Oh yeah, there you go. Because there's the Phoenix.
LK knows what I'm talking about. He lives
they used to call it.
He's in the same place I do. He knows.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They used to call it Comic-Con or Phoenix Comic, but now it's called Fan Fusion here because they got sued or whatever. But it's become pretty big here because they kind of get the runoff from the San Diego crowd too. And it's not that far, Phoenix, San Diego. And so it's super expensive. But I know he goes, like there's a couple people I know that go every year with it. But for the right experiences, hey, if you're down for, I mean, I got no harm with it. It's just not normally for me, but for $25 to get in, that's not
it's
bad.
25.
I mean,
reasonable,
so then.
right?
Oh, absolutely. And then if the picture with Billy is $50, I mean, under $100 in and out, that's not bad. You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't know what Billy's charging for him, but I'm not a big collector of things, but I wouldn't mind a picture with Billy. I'd have a shot with that, there'd be some sort of ass man joke there that could be made. I mean, when Joe Hendry won the NXT title, the first thing I did was retweeted the picture of me with him. I was like, yes, good for him. Same with when he was at WrestleMania.
It's kind of a weird dilemma because I'm like 60. Billy Gunn's 60. I mean, we're in the same boat, but he looks a little bit better than I do. Just a bit.
Just a bit. That's funny. There's the yeah. No, you got to shout out to Billy Gunn for no, he looks great. And also shout out to the 21 live watchers we have going on.
Hit the like button, folks.
Last I looked up, it was like 11. That was fun. Hey, shout out to everybody. At least subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment. We love having you.
Since we're on our happy anniversary 1 year show, if you don't mind, I'd like to thank you for letting me do this with you. Chuck Franklin, our video man behind the scenes. Every one of the guests that have come on this show that have said yes to me, from RJ, from Reffing It Up, right through to Zeus. There's been Steve Gennarelli, Howard Baum, Don Wayne, Bottles, PW, Phil, Kevin.
Awful's been on 3 separate times.
Awful's been our most fresh. So thank you to everybody for saying yes, because I get it. It's tough to say yes and give up an hour of your time, but I appreciate it.
And I feel like we've made it a very welcoming space in that where we let them talk and we listen to folks too. That's some of our best conversations. We've said barely anything at all, but no, this is something that I always had a want and a dream to do something like this, but I'll admit it, never had the balls to do so. And you thank me for letting you on here. It's like my name's on it because I was the quote unquote star and I'm the one doing the tech side. But without you, I don't know what the hell I would do because I can't just talk to myself. You know what I mean? Like I have to play off people. Yeah. The people that do that, it's like stand-up comics. I have so much respect for that. That was not because I genuinely consider myself a decently funny person, but I'm funnier. I'd be funnier on a sketch comedy show or an improv troupe or something. I'm not good. Yeah, or whatever. I'm not good as like just a monologue guy. I mean, that's why I fit in with Dis and Awful very well, and Montooni Talk and helped it with them, because I can play off of them. I let them talk. I let them, and I can make people laugh. I know how to work with that. But just the people that do just straight up on their own with those, I have nothing but respect for that, because I'd be good for a little bit, and then I'd be like, the fuck do I say? Like I got to take a drink. I got to, hit the, I don't know. I have a lot of respect for it, but this has been a lot of fun. This is something that I'm glad that there's been an audience. I would have, like we said, we would have done it with a small audience, but there's been a decent, I mean, like I said, there's 19 people watching live right now, 474 subscribers. I mean, it's something that it's been fun to be a part of and watch it grow, and long may that continue into beyond year 2. Cause I know obviously with the partnership with Toonie Talk, that'll only get us more exposure with it. And we know we're going to do a WrestleMania watch along. I don't know if that's going to be on with us, or if that Dis is maybe going to bring Max on for rest. I don't know what the plan is, but also I shout out to NXT. I just saw this. Stand and Deliver is getting its own weekend. They're doing it the first weekend in April in St. Louis instead of at WrestleMania. That's smart. That's smart.
Just because that was going to be a long day.
Yeah. And I feel bad for the kid. Like, I mean, yeah, that's one of those things of like, they're part of it. They should just be there and get to experience the weekend and watch everything and learn, and then be a part. Yeah. Never mind the fact of like trying to sell tickets at a point. Like there's a point where people just can't, you can't buy tickets to everything. Like there's not.
By the way, Billy Gunn, $65.
Okay. That's not that. I mean, so 65.
So that'd be $100.
Yeah.
Unless I upgraded it.
Yeah, and I'd even say, like, even if it was 100 from him for 125, with it being walking distance, that's my biggest thing. Like, if you're paying for parking, that immediately cuts things back for me. That was one of the reasons I did the Joe Hendry thing, was I knew where the area was and there was a wide open parking, free parking. That helps a lot.
Oh, 85. I'm sorry.
Okay, so even still, so that would be what, 110? Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? 100.
Yeah. Plus I'm walking around looking at people all day.
Right,
so
and that's the other thing. I was just gonna say, if you're in the door at $25, you don't have to spend money to people watch. Like that's some fun stuff. Never mind the fact that they probably will have some sort of display from something that'll be like, wait, I watched that when I was a kid. Or
oh no, like, I've seen some of the people on here. I don't know anything, dude.
Why just be like the displays of like like the artifacts, like what, like WWE has the wrestling gears or whatever. Right. No, because I remember when WrestleMania came here, like obviously WrestleMania was the most fun part and was the big show of everything. But I mean, the coolest thing, like the coolest day that we had was the day we went to, then it was Fan Access, where they had really all that kind of just all the different, they had Vince's limo, the blown up limo. They had like the Undertaker graveyard, like they had all sorts of fun stuff. And now it's way bigger with WWE World, where they got all the stuff that you saw in not Buried Treasures, Most Wanted Treasures, Buried Treasures, Jeremy T.
That would have been better, actually.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly,
Mick Foley's championship belt was buried under the.
I was just thinking they would have to be pirates. Oh God, yeah, no, it's a Buried Treasure. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like that part, those things are cool, but. I don't know. See, for me, I'd hit the dispensary and have get the biggest gummy I could, walk around those places and go, Never mind that, some of those anime and or video game costumes are a little, pretty skimpy. So I mean,
that's what I need. That's what I need.
Yeah. Or and sometimes it's like, oh, that's not what I needed. Thanks, buddy. Could you put those away?
Yes, folks, we're making small talk.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
I'll pull it up now. I was just about to be like, here's the reason why we're BSing. Because, Jesus, look at this car. This was right. I feel bad for Denver. Like, although it wasn't a small theater that was sold out, but
it was good. They had a good crowd.
They did. It was the Mission Ballroom in Denver, Colorado. Not a large arena. The Mission Ballroom just immediately tells me like less than 2,000 people in there.
2,500.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you know what? I was wrong. Good for them. And they did have some stuff that was interesting, but you kind of knew what was getting into. And starting off with this is just, that's rough. I'm sorry.
He's on a roll now where he's opening up with Moxley every day now.
He's done this before. When Mox is a baby face, that's what he does. He opens the show. I didn't think of it, but you're right. That's because that's what he did. When he was like the rah guy, when it was Wild Thing, that's what it was.
They did it with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, exactly.
Where he was opening for at least 2 months, 3 months straight. Same thing here.
Yeah. And I mean, and this match, I mean, I wish we hadn't made as much fun of the Clone C as everyone did, because they definitely took that away. I missed that. I like the big red C on his chest, like the scarlet letter. Oh man. And I mean, this match. I mean, the many faces of Goofy Moxie. Look at his two faces in these pictures. Like, look at him. Like, why
he's trying? He's trying.
Is he trying, or is he shitting his pants?
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I admit it. I don't get the whole thing about it. But also too, like, there's a reason why he's the guy that makes the best of and worst of lists in gimmick, promo. Like, he's in the top 3 in both categories, best and worst. Because I guess either people love the guy or you hate the guy. I don't.
Did you pick up in the crowd last night? They were more different than normal AEW crowds, because they were, you know how I always tell you that they jump up for the big stuff and then they come back down? Like, they were down and silent a lot more than normal.
Yeah, no, I mean, can you blame them though? I mean, this was
no, but you're okay.
Yeah, no, I get
from
you.
Our point
you're
of view,
trying to care.
you get where I'm coming at, but
oh yeah,
you paid to be there. You know what you're getting. This is the TV taping. Come on.
I mean, I as someone, when I was there, I tried. Like, I was cheering things that I normally wouldn't give any shit about, and I didn't give any shit about. But yeah, when you're there, you might as well try. I mean, that's where, that's why the yeet thing catches on, because when you see other people, do you want to be a part of it, or the woes or whatever? Like, you want to take parts of those, but they're not giving. Moxley does his weird walk out to the ring, and all of his matches are the same. He's got to go outside. He does his fucking stomp around. Like, it's
the hunchback thing.
It's the hunchback of AEW.
Very strange.
He's so weird. I don't know. And I mean,
at least I think at least this time the crowd reacted to him in a positive way. And that's the best I can do. Sorry.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, that's the thing is, like, because the people remember the rah-rahs, and here's the thing, but at this point, for the people that are, like, paying for it and really caring and want to be there, you've got to be all in at this point. You've got to be, like, the staunchest of defenders. I mean, like,
that's why you should be loud.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. You would think so. No, you're absolutely right. Like, you would think, like, that would be what I would do, but
that leads me to believe that a lot of these people are just there just because it's something to do and they like wrestling. They're not really those people that, like, you went.
Yeah,
the crowd was like just people. It wasn't just AEW.
Yeah, no, there was definitely the AEW staunch people, but they weren't like jerky about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was more like there was those punks that were dressed up with punk gear. Like, he had the punk jacket on, but instead of band patches, it was all wrestling patches, and they were cheering Darby to no end. But like, they were just having fun. There was different groups that were definitely, they had AEW t-shirts on, but they were there to have fun, but also you had to show them stuff. Like, obviously, still, like, the quietest wrestling match I've ever seen or been a part of was that women's tag match at that same show, because that's what they were presented with. Like, that was a big part of it, which, I mean, when you have this match that just, I mean, you knew Mox was going to win, who really cares? And then you have Swerve again with his, who is he trying to convince with his promos? I get,
but this was weird because, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You're good. Really you're good.
Because this was strange because Nana just pops in all of a sudden. Now he's a badass heel manager for 5 minutes. Like, I've been bitching about him not doing a damn thing as a manager besides do that stupid dance.
Yeah.
And he comes in and goes, "Get off the table." He's a bad manager, like a badass manager.
That's a good point.
I'm like, what just happened?
Did he spike his coffee?
It's weird.
He's got angry. He's angered up the blood. I don't know.
It caught me off guard to the point where I was like laying on the couch watching. And I sat up and go, "Is there some kind of production thing going on here?"
No, that's a valid. No, you bring a valid point. No, because I was paying more attention to Swerve of like, okay, I got that he was just. That's what all I was gonna say was I get that the idea was to make sure that you understood. I'm a heel now. Nana and I are heels now, which is what Nana was also trying to do. But just it was too much too soon. And then again, like, who are you trying to convince? And then as the show progressed, we got where it was going and what it's setting up. But also, like, I don't know.
Here's the thing that I picked up on because you guys talked about it on Tuesday. Seeing this, and seeing how hard he seemed to be trying, and then watching Trick and how easy it comes to him. This was really noticeable. It stood out to me because he seemed like he was really trying to come off the way Trick is natural. That's what it seemed to me.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that's Cash mode. Hey, Trick will be the death of Swerve. Yeah, no, I keep saying it. Trick is everything Swerve tells you that he is. I do like this comment too from Travis of, I wish Nana would have beat up Excalibur. Don't we all, sir? No, yeah, because that's everything is natural to Trick. That's why that morning show thing was incredible, because it's 7 o'clock in the morning and he's just that naturally charismatic. Like it's, and that's where Swerve tells you he is. And he is very athletic, but like I've said the entire time, his Twitter handle says Swerve confident. When you have to tell me you're confident, you're not confident. You know what I mean? Like when you have to tell me you're a badass, like, you know what I mean? Like Steve Austin never would tell you I'm a badass. He was like, I'm going to kick your ass. I must do this. I'm going to do that. But he didn't have to tell you that he was a badass, and Swerve continually has to tell you with it. And this one was, it was just weird. And
he was on a scale of about 11 on trying. Like he's really trying to look at the camera
and talking shit to Kenny. Yeah.
And meanwhile, you can hear the fans kind of giggling.
I was going to say,
a weird reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that in the comment. Yeah, they were laughing at him because it was bad. Yeah,
it wasn't laughter like they were laughing their ass off.
But
it was like giggle. You can tell. Yes.
Yeah, because it wasn't. Because again, it's forced. He's not natural with this stuff. Like it's just he thinks he's so cool and such a badass, and he's just not. And then of course he attacks Kenny too with the EVP stuff, and that's again trying hard because everybody loves Kenny right now. And I still look at him. I'm like, how did you not at least hold him for a second up for that vertebreaker? I really hope Kenny's okay and not. I know it's TV angle, but you never know.
They blew that whole thing.
Yeah, again, because they did everything in one match as opposed to dragging it out. Like that could have been the pay-per-view match, but clearly they're setting up something else. And then you had the Orange Cassidy versus Gabe Kidd. Orange Cassidy with the his Titantron had like the "Where's Roddy" sign. I'm like, Jesus, let's just make fun of everything. Like everything's a joke. No, I don't know. This is just offensive. Like, I'm sorry, Gabe Kidd is just what's the difference between him and anybody else that they brought over?
Well, he's at least he's doing what he's meant to do, I guess. I don't know. He's a badass. He comes off nothing. At least he didn't sell for stupid dumb shit that he does. I do when he started doing and the crowd was reacting, I was almost ready to throw up. Honestly.
It's just it's again, what is different between Orange Cassidy today?
Nothing.
And 2019. Exactly. It's this. If anything, it's reverted. No, you're right. No, that is the correct answer. Number one answer on Family Feud for all the points, all of them. It gets the whole bonus because Jesus, it's the same. Shit.
Perhaps, and it's not me, but perhaps the first time I saw Cassidy, even maybe the second time, the fake shin kicks may have been kind of cute, and the fake chops may have been kind of cute. But seeing him last night was not cute. I'm sorry.
Again, it's when you're doing it to taunt somebody or whatever. When someone's here to kick your ass and someone's a badass and they're dropping you on your head, like it has a time and place, and it's not every single match every single time. Right. And then he beats Cassidy, and then
which was interesting. I didn't think they were going to do that.
I mean, they did it because they wanted to have him saved by Darby, because then they had the other guy from the Grizzled Young Veterans come out. I forget. What is it? Clark Connors. I always think of Chuck Connors or Jimmy Connors. Yeah.
What's with the Australian dude? Gabe Kidd and both Mark Davis. They wear their shorts way too high up on their stomach. You notice that?
I don't. Yeah, that's so old school. That's like
okay. Yeah,
I mean that's like that old school like 1930s like zoot suit. That's the style.
Yeah, so you noticed it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, okay. Mark Davis, I noticed it right away because it accentuates how big he's already got a big ass, and then when you pull him up higher, when it looks like it goes all the way up through his belly, behind his belly.
Yeah, because Gabe Kidd did the same thing when he came out, and I'm like, oh, he's Mark Davis's buddy.
Yeah. I mean, William Regal pulled them up, but they weren't like over his belly button. It was like up to his belly button. It was to the waist. Like no, they pull him up way too. I don't know. I don't know if maybe there's like an Australian version of World of Sport.
I don't know if he's from Australia or not, but
He's got an accent. I think he is. Maybe he's English. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't. But obviously, they're setting up to have these guys in a tag match of Connors and Kidd versus Darby and Orange Cassidy. And they won't do it, but one of the two of them should turn on the other just to have some. I mean, do something.
Clark Connors is actually good, I think. That's from we talked about him. He's talented. Yeah. I forgot he was with them.
Yeah, well, because he's with another bald guy with an accent, so it's like it's the same thing. They were talented of it. They don't have that much charisma. Like they're good in the ring, they're good hands, but they weren't really gonna punch above where they were getting in NXT. It wasn't like they were gonna take over, and that's why they left WWE. And this makes sense. Go get your money, but I mean, just
because Clark Connors has a personality and he's got a good body for wrestling. Yeah, he sells good. He seems to know what he's doing. So
yeah, no, you're right. Oh God, then there was the promo with Thunder Rosa. I don't understand what they're doing with her. What is going on?
We haven't heard from her in 7 months, 8 months.
I thought it was longer. It felt like 2 years to me, honestly. I don't know. It felt like years, like legitimate years, and I don't know. It threw me off though. It really did. I don't. What?
Yeah, because she goes through the whole thing in Spanish. And then Renee asks Stat, why are you so concerned about Thunder? And she just gives what the answer she gave was just, nothing.
Yeah, and then they're setting up that they're going to take on the Sisters of Sin. I'm pretty sure it was set up for a Collision. I think it was for Saturday.
Always, why not?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they promoted Collision a lot last night. I know. Yeah, right? Okay, it wasn't just me. I noticed that. All right. Yeah, and then we had this match, the fuck off match of the year, Kevin Knight versus Mansoor. Like this guy still. All right, say what you want. As much as people shit on WWE from AEW, he's still doing the last gimmick Vince ever created. Was these idiots, and they're still doing it. Even Maxine has gotten away from it. Like LA Knight obviously got away from it. Even Maxine has moved on and improved and become like. Probably could consider her one of the most improved wrestlers of 2025. And then you have these idiots still.
Still here.
We're still here doing silly moves. At least it was quick, I guess.
Yeah, it did go by quick.
It did. At least it was quick. And then, which made his after the match promo not bad because he wasn't dying. I hate these after the match promos because they're always, I'm gonna take.
It's a big New Japan thing, and they think they're doing it here.
Yeah, at least this one worked though, because it wasn't a squash match, but he didn't do all that he could, and clearly he's got cardio for days. He's a very athletic and talented man, but it was just I just thought that was funny. Also, though, he's still talking about how everybody knew it was going to happen, that it was going to be the Texas Death Match, and then that's what was.
I kind of wish they wouldn't have let him talk as long as they did. Just would have said, I'm here, look out for me, that sort of thing. Because I think it went a little, even though it was a short promo, it still could have been shorter.
And with how long the show went, I don't think you definitely didn't need any more. You didn't need any more than you had.
Didn't get out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it would have been better for him. Would have been better for everybody. Would have been better for the show in general. And then we had this segment, the one MJ oof. Oh my God, this was. I
was hoping for one thing and I didn't get it.
What were you hoping for?
I was hoping that they would not do a Texas Death Match.
Well, they're not going to, because it's not a Texas Death Match in AEW, because they do AEW's version of a Texas Death Match, which is, I know. They just do it. It's just a last man standing match is how they've done it, at least the ones I've seen. And maybe they'll do something different, but I doubt it, because the whole point was that Hangman is 5-1 in Texas Death Matches. But the whole thing is that, MJF has the coin, and if it's flips, if it's tails, tails he wins, heads it'll be Hangman's, and vice MJF
versa,
was gonna have
vice versa.
Yeah, I thought tails was the
heads was because it's a two-headed coin.
I thought it was a two-tailed coin. Either way, the point was he had a double-sided coin, and his match was the one-sided DQ, where basically you can be DQ'd and I can't, which is funny. That was funny. But I mean, you knew what was going to happen. They drug it out for this stupid way of it. And, Hangman lets him get away with it, but then he cuts him up. Yeah, you thought I'd let you get away with it? Like, why did you? just grab the coin right from the beginning. Like, don't let Shivani touch it. I don't know.
Can I offer a heel alternative to this whole thing?
Please, any alternative would be better than this.
He takes the coin and puts it in his pocket real quick and walks out. Obviously, we know Hangman's going to think it's a two-headed coin.
Right.
So he asks for the coin. Why wouldn't a heel have 2 quarters in his pocket?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely, but not, and like an exact replica too, like an exact.
So you have the coin you used, you put it in your left. You have another coin in your right, and you show them that one. 2
exactly.
And tails. It's fair.
Yeah,
done.
And have like a secret pocket in your jacket. Done.
It's just
it's
the first thing I thought about.
No, and I didn't think of that just because I knew, like, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't think of a way it would be smart because I knew it was just going to be stupid and my brain was just mad. But you're absolutely right. Not only is that would have been so much better, it would have worked, but well, no, they can't. They can't have that because they can't have it actually work because they got to have it be the Texas Death Match. The whole point.
Yeah, but if you did it that way, then you can actually have something of a story. You can have, like, Hangman doesn't believe it. They have to look at the film. Tony Khan has to look at. So they got a couple weeks to build it. They can, like, was it a 2-headed coin? Was it not? Did he cheat? Did he not? We'll find out next week when we get stuff like that would have worked.
No. I was thinking it was all, again, because I'm watching AEW. I'm thinking it's all got to wrap up in the one segment. You're talking about dragging it out. Now that is not only is that interesting, and you're still going to get where you're going to get, but it it makes MJF, it doesn't make MJF look like a fool. And then, he doesn't have to do, what was it? Yeah, this stuff here where he's got to get stopped. I mean, Brody King stopping him. Okay. But Mike Bailey, like, what is he?
Stop her! I'll hit you with my purse.
Stop her! My mom will shoot. No, he's got, like, Brody's the adult and like the older brother who's like 16, 17, and Bailey's like the 8-year-old back there, like, yeah, my brother's gonna get you. And poor Kevin Knight just happened to be there too with it. But I mean, this was just stupid. It was. No, you're right though. If they'd have drugged that out, like, that really would have made sense, and you still could have gotten there with it. Plus, it would have given you stuff. I don't know if MJF has to go film stuff. I mean, I assume that he's going to be filming something because, I mean, Hangman's not losing at Revolution, right? Unless MJF somehow cheats, and then but even so, like, he didn't say if I lost clean or lost right. He just says if he loses, and Hangman's
I don't know, dude.
I mean, I hope Hangman doesn't challenge again. That'd be nice.
Do we want to see him again?
I mean, I didn't want to see him last time, but they're kind of pigeonholing themselves because he's not going to lose, I don't think. Right? I mean, I don't know. Again, sometimes they do these stipulations that kind of like telegraph the match, and they don't need to.
You're asking me for an answer that I can't.
I'm not really asking you for an answer. I'm more just speaking it out. More just like, I don't see any other way of them. How else are they gonna? I don't know. I hope so. I mean, honestly, like, maybe Hangman's wife's pregnant. They're gonna have another baby. He's gonna go away. I don't know, but I'm sick of him. He's terrible. I mean, maybe if he loses and, like, goes full dark and turns heel and becomes something. I don't know. Like, there's something there, but I got nothing. That's a good quote. MJF's jacket looks like it was made out of my grandmother's old curtains. Dylan Quill. That's a good line.
I respect that.
I also, as a grandmother who had hideous curtains, my 100% Italian grandmother from New Jersey, she loved her to death, but she didn't have the best taste. That house was stuck in the 70s, literally until she died in 2012 or something.
At least Paige didn't bring out his trios championship.
That's true. Speaking of stuck in the 70s, we got poor old Jamie Hayter here in this segment where there's already, like, setting up tension between the two of them, where, like, they're talking over each other and stuff. And these,
but they don't get.
Yeah, I know. I didn't.
Brawling birds. We don't give enough.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, I get right. Like, okay, sure. Which then sets into the tag match, where, I mean, I guess having them do that before makes some sense because you're going to have they're going to challenge for the tag titles. But yeah, they had this match here, which, I wish I had music cues because I would cue up just the "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend" because everybody saw. Yeah, so we've got this here for you folks. We're gonna. Oh, hang on. I got to remove that. Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, poor Penelope. All right, Penelope. Here we go. It's a 4-second clip if you guys haven't seen it, but oh. And I mean, you can't like you see Harley and Willow like both peace out. I mean, you can't
kind of just peel.
Harley just pulling back. I mean, but also too, why do this? Like, why are they doing spots like this? You don't need to. You just don't. It doesn't do anybody any good. I mean, sure, this looks cool, I guess, but I mean, she just came back from a major injury, and you could tell they were like, oh shit. It was kind of like when Bronson Reed got hurt on Raw, where they were like, oh shit, and they had to figure out how to finish out the match with it. I mean, at least this one, I feel like the Babes of Wrath were set to win anyway, as where I'm pretty sure Bronson Reed was supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber.
At least the AEW fans were nice to Harley Cameron.
Oh God! All I have heard from two different people. Our buddy Sam shot me a DM, and I hadn't even had a chance to respond yet because I literally got off work, ate dinner, and then got on here to do the show. But I heard he's like the sickos chased off Harley Cameron, and you said
deactivated.
She deactivated her. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I'm not saying that she shouldn't have moved out of the way. Like that wasn't a good move on her, but don't do the move. Like it's not.
No,
the fact that they're automatically doing these type of things with these girls, like similar to Julia Hart. Whenever she does stuff like that, you're like, she's got nothing to land on that's gonna brace or fall in the ring, let alone to the outside. And she's coming in hot. Like that was fast speed. I can't blame Harley Cameron's been doing this for a short amount of time.
Yeah, they're both not ready
good training. Yeah, they're not ready for prime time. This doesn't need to be on Dynamite. And that's why they're doing it, because they know they're getting TV time with how little training they've actually had. It's not like they've been through the Performance Center where they've done a lot of work every day. You know what I mean? Like they go home. It's not like, But
here's the thing that I'm not quite sure of. Okay. You blamed her. Now there's double blame here, first of all, which is fine. So
there's a lot of blame, but
blame both, and also blame Penelope for doing the move. However, upon further review, they thought it was a broken ankle and she's not nearly as injured as they thought. So it's not really a big deal. It's a lesson learned, hopefully. Probably not, but hopefully.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason to just go after one person. No,
there's not. No, and the thing is, the video looks bad because Harley does take the step and Willow doesn't. But you can't blame somebody.
Their knees are coming down at your head.
Yeah, at her fucking head, at a high knees, feet, ankle, at a high rate of speed. That's like when Hangman does the same moonsault thing, and you see like. He doesn't even look at people, whatever, just hopes they catch him. Like, why? You don't need to do it in a match I guess it's a title match, okay, but still, it's not on a pay-per-view. You just got back from an injury. Do it to inside the ring. You don't need to do it outside the ring. No, here's the thing. Like, I blame all parties in the sense that Penelope didn't need to do it. Harley should have stayed there, but so what if Harley catches the knee to the skull and caves in her face? You know what I mean? Like her orbital bone, or gets concussion, or both, or whatever. Or, she hits Willow in the back of the head and she's concussed, or bites off her tongue. I don't know. So there's no way it's good. So because of all of that, the fault is on Tony for allowing it to happen.
He probably didn't know it was even happening.
Well, not even, I'm just, but his the world he's created, because the producers don't say no, because when a producer was told that this is what we're going to do, no, we're not going to do that. But a producer knows if he says that, then it would go all the way to, you know what I mean? Like that's how we've seen that they're just allowed to do whatever they want. And I'm surprised we don't have more injuries like this, because we saw, again, back to Bronson Reed, all he did was push somebody off from a pin, but it was the way he landed in the spot and the move. Like that's, you can blow a muscle or tear something or break something in any moment, right? Let alone a moonsault off the fucking top.
And I'm very proud to say that I am not an AEW fan that goes after people like that.
No, I would never. Just because, again, it's do you go after a professional athlete and things like that? It's not like it was on purpose. It's not like Harley grabbed her hair and pulled her down like that one girl soccer player that used to do that. You remember those videos where she grabbed the girls by the ponytail? Yeah, it's not like she did that. She just didn't want to get a knee to the skull. And you shouldn't be doing moves like that. You don't need to. But I think this is where it's going to end up with the tag team of Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. This actually makes sense, though. Like where that ends, which is probably where it's going to go anyway. That makes a lot of sense, but I just don't.
Everyone's got to have a name. I will say that.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's got to have
as we'll see in the upcoming promo with Okada.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
Did that happen already? Or we have that yet?
It's after this match.
Good,
I got that too. No, because then we had the penultimate match, the Haas fight, which I mean, give him credit, match of the night.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this.
Fun. This was fun. I mean, Brody King is over as hell. The crowd cheering for him with chants for. I like how they just kind of tune it down now because they're. Because WBD said that we had nothing to do with it, so you got to put him out there. Is what it is.
The fans got smart. They did the half and half chant.
Yeah, they went. I was just gonna say they went after Don Callis, and that was smart. Plus, I mean, Don Callis is just so easy. He's such a troll, and he's so easy to hate on. And he's obviously out there with every single heel that he's got, which is all of them. But no, this was a Haas fight, man. These two beat the snot out of each other. This is one of those ones where like the old like Stan Hansen, like I'm gonna lay it in, you lay it in, brother. Mm-hmm. Which was fine. This was fun. It didn't go too long. I mean, you can't really go too long when you're beating the crowd.
Yeah, you get tired real quick.
At that size too. Yeah. I laugh about like my cat when he was small. He had all his energy run around, and then he got to be like 14 pounds, and he tries to run around. And he's like, hang on. That's how I feel like Brody King after he does his running jump and like he dives out there. You just see him like, all right, we gotta wrap this up all the time, But then they let him cut a promo afterwards again.
Oh, it was good. It was good to see also that Mark Davis sold the hand from last week. Something we never see in AEW. Selling an injury from week to week. So I appreciated that.
This is true. Hey, Mark Davis has grown on me. That's why I feel more bad for the Jake Doyle injury every time because Mark Davis tries. He puts out effort. Yeah, he's not the best looking dude, but he knows that he uses his talents where it is, and he is a big old hoss who sells. Like, no, I like that. Yeah. But then you had Brody King cutting a promo and Bandito cutting a promo, both saying they want matches at Revolution. You're like, shit. So
we need more.
We're already shaping up. But so Brody King, though, is challenging Swerve to be the most dangerous man in AEW. Now, I do like the idea of Brody King and for Brody to be feuding with Swerve just simply because everybody was comparing it to the Wardlow moment. We didn't need him fighting, 20 security guards again or any other bullshit. Swerve is a legitimate world champion. So, like, now, hopefully Swerve and Will Washington don't build some bullshit because Brody needs to go over, but I don't know. We'll see.
So I got into this last night.
Yeah.
In the chat of a podcast, somebody was saying that Brody King is just trying to impersonate Gunther. No, I don't feel it at all. Brody King has established himself as Brody King. He's not maybe a sleeper hold, but that'd be about it, right?
Yeah, and he's big.
He's not. They're not the same person in the least bit. Gunther's his own thing, and Brody King has established himself as a fan favorite. And he's a big dude. What I'll say is they are similar in like the way that they're built, where they're tall and they've got a lot. I mean, Gunther's slimmed down a lot, but I'm just saying, but in the sense where like, but so some of their offense can look similar or like if they did, but like that's just based on their size. Now, Gunther is much more of like the technical athlete wrestler, and Brody is much more of your brawler, hardcore punk kind of, you know what I mean? Like so like you're taking a similar build but doing something completely different with it. That's like if you and I each had the same amount of clay but then got to make our own thing different. You know what I mean? Like we're working with the same amount of size essentially is my point. So like I see where they're trying to compare it, but that's the laziest fucking comparison you can make because they don't wrestle anything alike. Their attitudes are nothing alike. I mean, I'm not just talking because one's from Austria and one's from California, I think is where Brody's from. I'm not sure. I think he's from Northern California. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like they're not similar in any way, shape, or form, aside from, they're both, 6'4", 6'5", and they're 200. They both worked hard to establish their own personalities and stuff, and they're both very good. They're both very good at what they are.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a detriment to say either of them aren't their own man, because especially Brody, Gunther's been built in for a while for himself, has established and been a world champion or whatever. But Brody, the last 6 months to a year, like he benefited a lot. Unfortunately, I mean, it was bad for Buddy Matthews to go down, but I just kind of assumed Brody would go away, but he really reestablished himself out there with Bandito. And now I do think they need to break up at some point. I don't know how you're going to do that. But Bandito comes out, does his challenge, and then I like how Don Callis ran back during. Did you know he was on commentary for the Mark Davis, and all of a sudden Andrade comes out. I thought that he was going to come up and greet him, and he's out there. I'm like, good for Callis. I want somebody get a video of that from the audience where he just bolts back and around. I don't know why. That popped me though. That really did.
You earned his keep, earning his check.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And hey, a shout out also to Nigel McGuinness, much like Taz was much better on commentary, where he's just breath of fresh air between Shivani and.
You reminded me of something big time. Did you see the one shot they had when they had all three of them on camera and Shivani was sitting there like he just pooped himself? He had a look on his face. I've never seen it before. It was just so odd. He was just looking down, not at the camera, and he like, oh my God, I just pooped.
Like he sharted a little bit. Like,
dude, I've not
trusted a fart too much.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh God, that's the best.
I wrote it down. I forgot I wrote it down.
That. I mean, Shivani's always making weird and dumb faces.
Like this. This was different. Yeah, this was different.
Oh my God, that's funny. Crap, I pooped a little. Oh my God, that's funny. Speaking of poop, you got the Protocata. Is that what they're Protocata? Yeah.
Protocata.
Oh, this was
catchy.
Apparently on Collision, Ciampa cut a promo about how he should still have the belt. And I did like Fletcher's line. What? Because you had it for 2 weeks? Because he had it for 12 fucking days. Yep. Stupid. But then Ciampa calls his Sylvia or whatever, Sylvie, and this is called Pinky. I'm like, so now everyone just is gonna call you the Brain, Pinky. Like, call it like Pink. I don't know. Pinky is a terrible name. I'm sorry. It just makes everybody go Pinky in the Brain.
But Tuscadero, you remember that one?
No, I've heard the name. It doesn't.
Happy Days.
That's what it is. There it is. All right. No, I was all I think of is Pinky and the Brain. See, I was thinking when you said Tusk, I was thinking that was either Laverne and Shirley or the other spinoff. So I was close. I knew it was in that family. But this was terrible in the sense where you've got, again, Kyle Fletcher, okay, and then Okada coming up to team up with him. Like, you could even see Renee's face, but also too at the end of it, where like Renee's like, "Yeah, I love it." Like, what? Isn't your husband feuding with the Callis family?
Where are they here? Are they in the storage unit? Where are they?
Are they in the truck? They're in like a truck. They're in like they're in like the back of a fucking semi.
Seems like
right?
it.
That is. I didn't realize that the walls are caving in. No, they're obviously in some sort of corridor or something, but that's because like behind Renee in the second picture, you can kind of see that's stupid. Yeah. At least they had a mic so it didn't sound like it was back over here. Like, that's how it would have been on one of those tunnels. So the main reason we've been bullshitting a bunch is because we have to talk about how they ended the fucking show. And again, remember everybody, I watch it on HBO Max after it's usually either before it's about to end or like after it's over, I'll turn it on. So I see how long it's going. And it told me 2 hours and 14 minutes and like 53 seconds. So basically 2 hours and 15 minutes because we had to get this match.
Yeah,
the Mile High Madness match.
This wasn't their best show, and it wasn't their worst show up until this point.
up until now. Until no, I put it in the freaking title, just Mile High Morons. Like, this one was just, hey, let's all do what we want. We're gonna be here with our friends. Rick Knox is gonna be the referee.
There's no need for refereeing this match at all.
What was he had no purpose in anything minus the count, the 1-3 count.
In his defense, what are you going to do?
Right. Oh yeah, no, exactly. No, I was just going to say, not like yeah. That's a valid point. There's
8 guys, how many guys? It doesn't matter. There's a clusterfuck of guys in the ring. Match. You can't have rules. There's no rules. So what are you going to do? If you're a referee, nothing. You can't do anything but count to 3. That's it.
So there was 10 guys in the match, but there's one extra rascal who came out too. So there was 11 of these sons of bitches. Yeah, when I was looking for pictures of this, which I didn't want to spend too much time looking for, I was glad that someone put this together. It's kind of blurry, but just
who cares?
All of this nonsense. And this again, At least it was Baltimore, which isn't the worst song with Jungle Boy, but the
But it
music
played
just
the whole
played the
fucking
whole
first
time.
15 minutes, right?
Yeah, until they went
Yeah.
to that last commercial break and
Right.
finally cut off. Yeah, no, this was yeah. And I mean, just silliness. You had what was it? Fire extinguishers. You had whatever this thing
That
was.
really wasn't the fire. Whatever this was.
Fire extinguisher. No, not this one. The fire extinguisher was on the ramp because that was where the other.
I didn't know what this was.
Yo, I didn't either. It was some kind of jar thing. Like you can see the handle that Jungle Boys had. I don't know what the hell it was. Like a canister. I don't know what it was. No, the fire extinguisher was Myron Reed, I think his name is, the third rascal, the one who wasn't in the match. He came out and because Bishop Khan had either one or both of the rascals, or not Bishop Khan, the other one, Toleota had the one or both the rascals up on his shoulders on the top or on the ramp, and he came out and
I didn't realize how much I despised the Rascals until last night either.
This was just awful. I mean, this was just terrible. I mean, it just spot after spot, and like the fans were enjoying spots to a point, but there's just too much, just silliness everywhere.
It was
up.
Like it was like 1 2-second break, another 4-second break, another 2-second break, and then
you had like quadruple super kicks and quintuple super kicks, and the guy doesn't even fall over. He like bends back a little, like 450 splashes, breaks it up. Oh, DDTs, double Spanish fly. Like I have a review up in my hand that I'm just on my phone. I'm just looking at. That's just like spot. Like it just. Nothing matters.
If you're a move corn guy, this is perfect for you. But
I guess
I couldn't deal with it. I mean,
it just gets boring. Like
I told you before we came on. I said that when this match came on, I knew what it was going to be. So I kind of went outside and kept coming back in every 5-10 minutes or so. Just kept being the same thing. So I didn't have to watch it.
Yeah, no, I had it on. I had it because I didn't watch the whole show last night. I watched most of the rest of it. I watched up through the end of the Brody King match. And when he went to cut a promo, I went to bed. And I watched that when I came home. And yeah, no, I was making food during this. I was making a pizza and some pretzel, but I'm like, I don't care. Because again, and I could hear like the cheer and like what they're yelling about. And like I would look out and see, I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, what's happening. It's just all the same shit. And that's where, like, even if you are a move corn guy, like, or person, whatever, it's kind of like the people who really like action movies, but like people who like really like the good ones, I get, but like the people, this is like a B movie. Like this is like Bad Seagal, where it's like the scenes are too long, or like you can clearly see that like this was a miss, or like they go to hit him with a baseball bat and you can see the bat bend because it's foam or rubber. You know what I mean? Like it was that kind of thing. In that one picture, but they're stupid.
In that one picture he got there, it looks like there's a gas coming out of his butt.
Yeah, it does. And then Matt and Nick do with their tassels and just like the same shit they've always done. I mean, I guess Jungle Boy winning is,
why?
Because he's the one, I guess you could maybe see them pushing for something out of this too. I mean, of the baby faces, you got 2 old guys, 2 idiots, and him. Like, the Rascals suck. The 2 old guys, if Ricochet, I guess, I don't know.
If FTR had any bit of credibility left as wrestling,
it
was seriously.
Yeah, no.
Like if you in the back of your mind, if you're like FTR still got some in them, they're still good. They're still a tag team. After watching this and what they had to do and sell for and everything and what they did.
Oh yeah.
No way. I can't take them seriously ever. Nope. I'm sorry, man. They're gone on my list. I'm out.
No, and they knew what they did. They made the mistake of when Vince came back to sell the company, was right when they were in that window to renegotiate or whatever, and they thought Vince was back for good, and they signed like a long-term deal. They were like, well, fuck it, we're never going to go back and get over, and they signed probably a 5, 7, whatever year deal, got a big chunk of money, and now they're like, they know they can't go back, they know they're screwed, so they're just diving in head first and getting all that Tony money. But just who cares? And yeah, Jungle Boy, you can somewhat see that he could have been. I still think maybe there might have been something to been a star, but he's an idiot, so who cares? It's just, this was Mile High Morons was what I called this. This was terrible. I couldn't believe that they went over 15 minutes of the show for this.
Yep, that happened.
Yeah, that did happen, and it was bad.
I said, the show is
why we watched the show for you guys.
The show is acceptable. It wasn't good. but it was acceptable up until that point. And that, I mean, it was so bad. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm gonna lose. Sorry, I can't.
No, you're right. No, it's terrible. It was just awful. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. But this is what they do. I've
never seen them do that for a main event though.
Yeah, no, I know this
not
one
like this.
Yeah, no, because this was up on the this was like the Anarchy in the Arena or what was the Stadium Stampede. This was like that. This was in that level of just terrible and this stuff that nobody wants to see.
Yeah, but even that had two teams that didn't like each other. I mean, it had some basic formula. This had nothing. Zero.
Yeah,
there was no reason
right.
for this at all.
Yeah, no, there was no reason. This was they did it together because they wanted Mile High Madness was what I don't know. There was no reason. Yeah, you're right. There was feuds. Yeah,
there's nothing. There's not.
Yeah, I mean the Bucks and FTR having these guys.
Yeah, there's no reason for these guys to have a conflict.
Yeah, this was just they did this because they were doing it with their friends in Colorado for fun for whatever reason.
Wow.
And I don't have a reason other than they were doing it for fun. Yeah, no, they were just doing this for shits and gigs, man. This was terrible. I couldn't believe how bad it was, but I just couldn't believe it kept going and with the music and just spot. Mother, this is the stuff that's bad for wrestling. This is what makes pro wrestling look bad. Again, look at this. Just look how many spots you got, like tables. And
that wasn't even half of them.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The crowd chanting after people went through 4 tables. The crowd chanting one more time through the table, and then FTR going through the table was ridiculous.
The whole thing was ridiculous and just went on forever. And I don't know why. I don't know why we had to do this. This was bad. Especially too, like after Penelope Ford's injury, like I know you said it's not as bad, but at the time they were like, oh, she broke her ankle. Like, oh, let's go ahead and do a bunch of stupid shit, guys. Like nobody learns. And this is again where you just let the wrestlers be the wrestlers and do whatever they want. And we get these idiots. And yeah, Rick Knox there and like, yeah, everybody. Oh God.
Yeah, I could have dealt with the show ending before this even began. I would have been fine.
Yeah, no, yeah, they would have been better if they ran short. Yeah, or like, I don't know, throw somebody else in a promo segment or something on, or just any other match. But they wanted to do this. This was their big moment. This was their big fun. I don't understand.
Yeah, they pumped it up all night too. They were.
Yeah, they were really excited. Yeah. And then during that match, they promoted the crap out of Collision. There was like 3 or 4 different matches they announced for Collision. Like Tony Storm's coming back against like Zeta Steel, and there was something else too on there. I'm like, what? Why? Oh, that we'll hear from MJF. Hopefully, for his sake, that's just like a recorded segment or something. Right? I'm like, he's not going to come out and address the crowd at Collision. That's not happening. I hope for his sake. Not sure where Collision is this week. I know the next Collision on the 7th is in Tucson, but that day is my actual wedding anniversary, and it's a Saturday. So I will not be watching or going to Collision. Not that I would go to Collision anyway. Collision in Tucson too. Like I feel bad for Tucson, but I mean, hey. But that was AEW Dynamite. That was the February 25th edition of AEW Dynamite. Again, I feel this is like at least 2, maybe 3 in a row where I'm like, that might be the worst episode we've watched doing this. They have not had a good February.
I don't know about the worst.
I don't know yet. I
was
ended
okay.
So bad. Like
I was okay with it. It was everything was fine. And then the last match comes and just blows it away. But
and it takes forever.
For me, it wasn't the worst Dynamite we've seen yet. So
I'll give you that. Probably not, but that might have been the worst match on Dynamite.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like that was pretty rough. That was pretty rough. I couldn't believe that. Like when I saw that come up, I was just like, oh no. And then I knew it was the main event. So you just knew they were going to get all the time in the world and Rick Knox and. But we watched it for you guys. That's what we do for you. So that's why if you're listening and you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It costs nothing. We won't.
Speaking of watching stuff.
Yeah. Oh, don't pay. I thought you were going to say something about. No, my bad. Yeah, no. This Saturday, I think I think we'll go on like a half hour before the pay-per-view starts. Will be the start time for that for the Elimination Chamber watch party. We'll run through SmackDown and preview the matches and get into it. As far as I know, there's still only going to be the 4, but 2 Chamber matches and 2 Chicago hometown matches. I'm not sure who else we're going to invite yet. I got to talk to Dis and Awful of who's on the official invite list, but I know Awful is going to be there with it, so he's committed for sure. And I think he's happier to do it on my channel, on our channel. Let me run things so he doesn't have to actually like do that side and put up the chats and talk and stuff. He can just crack his jokes. And then Sunday we will do a review show afterwards at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the AltJake Takes On YouTube channel. Both shows this weekend. And then I know Dis and Awful are going to do a post show, a regular Dis is Awful at 10 p.m. Eastern, or maybe 11, depending on how long the pay-per-view goes. But I know they're doing a post show too. So this weekend we have got you covered to end February and start March with some awesome wrestling conversations. That should be fun. And then I'm not sure what we're covering Tuesday on Toonie Talk Wrestling, but we've decided more to be the comedy show and covering Dave being stupid or other opinions that are stupid. And it's kind of our lol-cal laugh session, which is great because we don't cover a lot of that here. So it's perfect for me.
No, then in March, when March rolls around, it'll be our first full year of Spaces episodes too.
Yeah, that would be the one on March 8th would be that Sunday. Yeah, because we did the first one we did was March 6th last year. That's awesome, man. We've really had a fun year with this, guys. It's really good. Exact change, man. Never feel bad for Tucson. Nah, it's Collision. Without the Dynamite beforehand. Yeah. No, it'll be a fun, we're having a fun year ahead of it. I'm excited to cover Mania again this year. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a hell of a year so far. And thanks to everybody who has subscribed and shared it with friends and participated in the live shows. I mean, we've had over 20 the entire time here tonight. That's pretty awesome. I think it got up to like 26, 27. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. When we do get to the 500, I will have something that I'm working on. So,
right. Yeah, no, I got a couple of ideas there and we're so close for it. So that's where
I'm going to give away a prize. So
nice. I'm going to, I know that you've had a couple ideas there. I'll be excited to see what that is. It's going
to be old school methoding, but you follow me, I follow you. It's all good.
Nice.
Just follow instructions and help you work on it.
Right? Yeah, we're trying to have fun here and make this make an interactive good time. So I'm glad everybody's come to hang out and have a good time. I think that's a good way to wrap us up here for it, since we're not going to go as long as that Mile High Madness bullshit went. Oh man, anything else you wanted to cover or talk about here tonight, my friend?
No, I'll tap out with you.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, that was fun, everybody. I think you had a good night here. Be sure to tune in this Saturday. We'll post the video. I forget what time the pay-per-view goes. That's why I'm not saying a time, but about a half hour before the pay-per-view starts. Well, I will post. I'll probably have the link posted to it sometime Friday evening or Saturday morning so people can get in there and get ready for it. It'll be a good time. We will see you then and then catch you back on Sunday at 8:05 p.m. Eastern right here on the AltJake Takes On YouTube channel. Peace, everybody.
Thanks for watching AEW Live Review on YouTube with AltJake and George. Tune in on Sundays at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time for Sunday Night Spaces with AltJake and George live on YouTube.